Welcome to Concrete Block, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and current events shaping our world. I'm your host, Walter. Today, we're looking at a developing story that's got everyone talking. A planned visit by King Charles to the United States has come under scrutiny after President Donald Trump made some comments that have been deemed insulting to Britain. The leader of the Liberal Democrats, Ed Davey, is calling for the trip to be cancelled, citing Trump's repeated criticism of Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his description of British troops in Afghanistan as staying off the front lines. Now, this isn't the first time Trump has made comments that have raised eyebrows, but it seems this time it's hitting a bit closer to home. The question is, should King Charles still make the trip, or would it be seen as endorsing Trump's behavior? It's a delicate situation, and one that requires careful consideration. On one hand, the royal family has long been a symbol of British diplomacy and soft power. King Charles's visit could be an opportunity to smooth over relations with the US and potentially pave the way for future cooperation. On the other hand, by going ahead with the trip, it could be perceived as condoning Trump's actions and words, which might not sit well with many Brits. As we explore this story further, it's essential to remember that the relationship between nations is complex and multifaceted. There are many factors at play here, from trade agreements to security alliances. We'll need to examine all sides of the argument to get a better understanding of what's at stake. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into a complex and intriguing story coming out of Turkey, where the former mayor of Istanbul, Ekrem İmamoğlu, is facing a heated trial on corruption charges. The case has sparked widespread attention and protests in the country, with many seeing it as a politically motivated move by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's ruling party to sideline its biggest threat. İmamoğlu, who was arrested and removed from office last March, is being held in a high-security prison and faces a maximum jail term of over 2,000 years if convicted. The charges against him include leading a criminal organization for profit involving tender rigging and bribery. However, İmamoğlu and his party denied the allegations, calling them a bid to discredit and silence him. The trial has been marked by controversy, with İmamoğlu clashing with the presiding judge on the first day of proceedings. The judge denied İmamoğlu's request to speak and told him he would address the court last, prompting chants of shame from supporters in the viewing gallery. The session was subsequently suspended. As the trial continues, many are watching closely to see how it will impact Turkey's political landscape. Opinion polls suggest that İmamoğlu's party, the CHP, could pose a serious threat to Erdogan's decades-long control, particularly if İmamoğlu is able to run for president in 2028. However, with these corruption charges and a separate legal proceeding challenging the validity of his university degree, it remains to be seen whether İmamoğlu will be able to mount a credible challenge. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the trial of Ekrem İmamoğlu has significant implications for Turkey's future and its democratic institutions. Welcome back to the Concrete Block. As we wrap up today's show, we're shifting our focus to a developing story that highlights Ukraine's expertise in drone defense. According to recent reports, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has revealed that 11 countries have sought Ukraine's assistance in countering Iranian drones. These countries, which include European states, US, and nations neighboring Iran, are keen on leveraging Ukraine's experience in protecting lives and utilizing relevant interceptors, electronic warfare systems, and training. This interest stems from Ukraine's proven track record of successfully defending against Russian drone attacks, with the Ukrainian Air Force boasting an impressive interception rate of over 80% of incoming Russian drones. The country's strategy involves a combination of cheap drone interceptors, electronic jamming tools, anti-aircraft guns, fighter jets, and helicopters to safeguard its skies. In response to these requests, Ukraine is considering swapping its drone interceptors for expensive air defense missiles, which are currently in short supply. Some Ukrainian drone experts are already en route to the Middle East, slated to arrive this week, underscoring the growing demand for Ukraine's expertise in this domain. As the global landscape continues to evolve, it's clear that the conflict between nations is driving innovation and cooperation in unexpected ways. The exchange of knowledge and technology between countries highlights the complexities of modern warfare and the importance of adaptability in the face of emerging threats. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed.